Here we go.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Rotten Tomatoes Countdown. As you've probably seen around here, we're pretty stoked to be celebrating 25 years of Rotten Tomatoes this year. And because I love to break the rules during a party, we're going to throw our traditional countdown format out the window. But if I'm being honest, ranking 25 years of freshness could take a while. So instead, these are the top films from different categories that we're using to break down the past couple decades. So grab your party hat and let's celebrate the biggest and best of RT25 right now on Countdown. Most streamed movie on Netflix, Red Notice. Because this list is just so randomly awesome, this movie hit Netflix in November 2021, and it picked up over 364 million hours of watch time in its first 28 days. I mean, that's a lot of butt marks in people's couches. But I mean, it was a post-pandemic world, and you have three huge stars in Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds, plus all the one-liners and action scenes to go with them. I mean, what more do you need? This movie may not be fresh on the tomatometer, but the audience score for Red Notice is way up there around 92%, with a general feeling from viewers that it delivers across the board when it comes to big stars and fast-paced action. Longest theatrical run, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. After a limited theatrical opening in April of 2002, this romantic comedy that's based on a one-woman show just kept on getting more and more popular until it finally reached number 2 in its 20th week. And it ultimately lasted 308 straight days in theaters. All hail Tula. It also became the highest-grossing rom-com ever in North America at the time, and ultimately spawned a franchise that includes a series and a couple sequels. I mean, number 3 is coming in September, and I just still love saying, that's okay. I make lamb every time I meet a vegetarian.
What's the problem? I'm the best cook in the family, tell him.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Twice.
Okay, then. It's just, yeah. Ian is a vegetarian. He doesn't eat meat.
He don't eat no meat.
No, he doesn't eat meat.
What do you mean he don't eat no meat? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I make lamb. Come. 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 Come.
First movie to be certified fresh, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Rotten Tomatoes added a third level of distinction between fresh and rotten in late 2003, and thus this became the first lucky film to earn the label of certified fresh. Alrighty then! Sorry, wrong Jim Carrey movie. But speaking of, he and Kate Winslet star as a couple who, after a painful breakup, both undergo a procedure to erase memories of their former partner. And with that cool premise, the film picked up a Best Original Screenplay Oscar, while Winslet was nominated for Best Actress. But really, it's her and Jim Carrey's chemistry and serious acting chops that makes this one worthy of this list and another watch, especially if you're going through a breakup.
My name's Clementine, by the way.
I'm Joel.
Hi, Joel. No jokes about my name. Oh, no. You wouldn't do that. You're trying to be nice.
I don't know any jokes about your name.
Huckleberry Hound.
I don't know what that means.
Huckleberry Hound? Are you nuts?
It's been suggested.
Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling, Clementine. You are lost and gone forever. Dreadful sorry, Clementine. No?
Sorry.
Most reviewed by critics, Joker. With nearly 600 critic reviews, a number that has continued to go up even this year, this fresh film brings a fresh take on the character of Joker and the comic book movie genre overall. At the center of that is, of course, an Oscar-winning performance from Joaquin Phoenix, not to mention BAFTA, Critics' Choice, SAG, Golden Globe, and other awards as a failed comedian seeking connection, and when it comes down to it, a little bit of decency too.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it. You're crazy. That's your defense for killing 3 young men?
No. They couldn't carry a tune to save their lives. Oh, why is everybody so upset about these guys? If it was me dying on the sidewalk, you'd walk right over me. I pass you every day and you don't notice me. But these guys, what, because Thomas Wayne went and cried about them on TV?
You have a problem with Thomas Wayne, too.
Yes, I do. Have you seen what it's like out there, Murray?
And with that many reviews, I'm sure you're dying to know how it was critics consensusized by us. Well, they called it, quote, a chillingly plausible origin story that serves as a brilliant showcase for its star. There you go, preach it, critics. I mean, I still can't get Joaquin's maniacal laugh out of my head. First streaming film nominated for Best Picture, Manchester by the Sea. This drama film, written and directed by Kenneth Lonergan and starring Casey Affleck, is pretty heavy, but man, is it good. So good, in fact, that it was nominated for 6 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, making this Amazon-based flick the first ever streaming option to earn that nomination. And by the way, among those 6 nominations were wins for Best Original Screenplay for Lonergan and Best Actor for Affleck. And seriously, his performance as a grief-stricken man is gut-wrenchingly good. It's pretty much the role that made us really wonder who is the better Affleck brother. You didn't expect me to answer that, did you? I'll see you in the comments for that one. It's Ben, though, obviously. I mean, have you seen Air yet? Most Oscar nominations, La La Land. This film was nominated for an impressive 14 Academy Award nominations and won 6. That includes Best Director for Damien Chazelle, making him the youngest winner in the category at the time at 32 years old. I mean, geez, I was 32 when I was hosting some awesome shows on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, wait. La La Land also picked up a Best Actress Oscar for Emma Stone, who starred alongside Ryan Gosling, after Emma Watson and Miles Teller both had to drop out. I mean, imagine that. And by the way, if they gave out Oscars for Best Scenes with a Keytar, this movie totally would have won for that too. I mean, the fact that Chazelle shot a full-on musical number on the interchange ramp in LA from the 110 to the 105 deserves an Oscar alone. Some might say it should have won Best Picture. Too soon? For the record, Moonlight should have totally won. I'm kidding. Most Oscar wins: The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. This film won all 11 Academy Awards for which it was nominated, including Best Picture, and tied with Ben-Hur and Titanic for the most Oscar wins of all time. Not bad for a fantasy adventure film. And I could get all nerdy and tell you that this movie contains almost 1,500 visual effects shots, or that it joined the original Star Wars trilogy as the only film series to win all Best Visual Effects Oscars. Or I could just show you a clip of one of the epic battle scenes and you'll totally get it.
Feast on his flesh.
I will kill you if you touch him.
Do not come between the Nazgul and his prey.
See? I mean, there's a reason the critics call this one, quote, breathtaking and emotionally powerful. Plus, it grossed over $1 billion at the worldwide box office, making it only the second film at its time to achieve that honor. And get this, post-production of the film wrapped so close to its release that director Peter Jackson actually didn't get to see the final theatrical version until its official premiere. Highest grossing film, Avatar. Becoming the first film to gross more than $2 billion at the worldwide box office after its release in 2009, this film still holds as the highest grossing film ever. For this one, writer and director James Cameron offered the lead role of Jake Sully to stars like Matt Damon and Chris Pratt. But it was Sam Worthington, who was reportedly living in his car at the time of auditioning, that got the part. And while he and co-stars like Zoe Saldana and Sigourney Weaver really are great, let's be honest, the main reason people pay the money to see this, and now its sequel that arrived 13 years later in theaters, is because of its Oscar-winning visual effects. Highest audience score with 500,000 ratings, The Dark Knight. This certified fresh film has managed to keep a 94% audience score with over 500,000 audience ratings since it was released in 2008. And I am so serious. For those of you asking, why so serious? And that success is in large part due to the insanely iconic performance from Heath Ledger, who owned every scene he was in like nobody ever had or really has since. And here's some proof.
So, I stick a razor in my mouth and do this to myself. And you know what? She can't stand the sight of me. She leaves. Now I see the funny side. Now I'm always smiling. A little fight in you. I like that. And you're gonna love me.
So good. I mean, he won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar posthumously for his performance, as the film picked up a total of 8 Academy Award nominations to go along with over $1 billion earned at the box office. And as further proof that this one transcends the genre, it was just the second comic book movie to be added to the National Film Registry after 1978's Superman. Highest tomato meter score with at least 500 reviews, Black Panther. And finally, at the top of our list is the highest tomato meter score with at least 500 reviews, coming in at a certified fresh 96%. In other words, that is a lot of people in agreement on something. When does that happen? Chadwick Boseman first appeared as Black Panther in Captain America: Civil War before officially arriving on the scene with this film in 2018. In this movie, he's challenged by Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan, who wants to kick off a global revolution and kick a few other things too.
Get up.
Come here. This is for my father.
This was the 18th movie in the MCU and the first Marvel Studios film with a black director in Ryan Coogler. It also received 8 Oscar nominations, including the first Best Picture nom for a superhero film and the first Oscar wins for the MCU. Black Panther permeated pop culture. It was the first ever representation of an African superhero in film. And to quote Time magazine, the legacy of its release was seminal for Black Americans. Wakanda truly is, and always will be, forever. All right, amigos, that is it. The top spots of some of our biggest and best RT25 categories. Go check out more at our RT25 page on RottenTomatoes.com. And thanks for checking out today's list. Until next time, I am your host, Naz Perez. Thanks for coming to the party, and we'll see you back here for more Rotten Tomatoes Countdown.